Nice. Hi, everybody on live stream, which is probably nobody, but okay, I'm gonna start roll call. Asepa, oh wait, no. Daniel, do you want to open the floor? Okay. Asepa, Algeria, NEPSA, Australia, AFOP, Austria, CAPSI, Canada, CCP. I keep saying CCPSA. Sorry, Marco. CPSA Croatia, CPSA Czech Republic, EPSF Egypt, ANF France, BPHD Germany, GPSA Ghana, ISMA FASI Indonesia, IPSA Iran, APS Japan, LPSA Lebanon, MyPSA Malaysia, KMPSV the Netherlands, NZFSO New Zealand, BPHSF Pakistan, FJC PPHA Philippines, PPSA Poland, APE Portugal, CUPAS Qatar, KNF Republic of Korea, FESFA Romania, NUSPS Singapore, SPSA Slovakia, DSHFSO Slovenia, PSET Thailand, CPAYC Turkey, BPSA United Kingdom, APHA ASP the United States of America. Okay, Daniel, please help us to count. I found out why I keep saying CZPSA instead of CPSA is because in the GA, the roll call didn't have CZPSA in this, didn't have CPSA in this order. So I'm going on autopilot and saying CPSA, CZPSA after CAPSI Canada.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wait, I had 25 last time.
Yeah, exactly 24, which means none of you can leave or drop out of the call. That automatically will make our election valid. Okay, so over to you, Yasmin, to start the session.
Thank you very much. Please remember that just to do the whole procedural motion, we need the name of the member organization typed in the chat box. So procedural motion to resume the standing order of JCPPHA Philippines, seconded by KMPSV the Netherlands. Thank you. All those against? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you. So now we'll move on to the next elections, which is of treasurer. We have a technical from LPSA. Floor is yours. LPSA. LPSA, could make you. Okay. So we have only one candidate for the treasurer, which is Mr. Hamza Hamri from Algeria, individual member. So do we have Mr. Hamza to present the 3-minute motivation?
Thank you, the chair. I'm Hamza Hamri, the treasurer nominee. I apologize for the inconvenience as I'm heading to a close friend's wedding ceremony, so I have a lot of noise and currently I'm in the car. So if you can just play the motivation video I just submitted, I'll be really great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So can we get the video?
Sure, I'll share screen.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Or it might take a while to load. Could you guys hear that? Anybody unable to hear the audio?
I can't hear it today.
Can you hear it? Okay, good.
I can't.
Yeah, I
Oh, you
can't.
can't hear it? Oh, wait.
Greetings, IPSF family. It's a pleasure
Yeah.
dramatising you today to expect.
You guys can hear it now?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Greetings, IPSF family. It's a pleasure dramatising you today to express my willingness to lead the treasurer position of IPSF, with a drive to not only fulfill this huge responsibility to higher standards, but also play an active role in enhancing our federation's financial performance. But who am I in the first place? Some of you are arguably asking right now. But undeniably, all of you are gathered today to establish whether or not I'm the real deal. So to answer the first question, I'm Hamza Hamri, an Algerian IPSFer who's been involved with the Federation since 2019 and currently serving as the Corporate Relations Coordinator. My main highlights of this mandate were the launch of IPSF Career Fair and Exhibition, what I call that its planning, execution, and the successful achievement of 140% return on investment, which also represents an income of 15% of IPSF's total revenue from the 2021 financial year. In parallel, I also created a sponsorship partnership knowledge base, which will serve as a blueprint for the coming generations. Before this, in the 2021-22 mandate, I served in the Development Fund Committee of the Treasurer Portfolio, as well as both the Interprofessional and the Corporate Relations subcommittees of the External Relations Portfolio. I also attended both the 67th and the 68th IPSF World Congresses, held in Egypt and Indonesia respectively, where I had the opportunity to meet many of you. But what about my plan for this position? Well, simply put, without complicated jargon nor fancy qualifiers, I'm envisioning to not only carry out the expected duties of the treasurer, but also lead the organization towards sustainable financial prosperity by improving the cash flow, in addition to supporting projects and initiatives that diversify its income sources. As for now, back to the main question. Am I the real deal? Well, you judge. I trust IPSF's best interest is your filter, and whether or not I'm the right fit, I open-heartedly welcome whichever decision you take. I leave you with my plan, track record, and encourage you to approach IPSFers whom already dealt with me in the past, which shall serve as the evidence to establish a sound judgment. I'll be more than happy to address further questions if deemed necessary, and in the meantime, take care.
Thank you so much. So we will now open the floor for discussion. We'll start with APEC Portugal. The floor is yours.
Valeria, APF Portugal. First of all, thank you for your application. Our question is, having into consideration Algerian usual methods regarding finances, especially with the fact that international bank transfers are not usually used, could you describe a little bit of your experience regarding this type of financial measures? Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to clarify to Mr. Hamza that you have only 1 minute to answer the question presented. So you may proceed. The floor is yours. We have a technical from Hamza.
Just solved. Hamza, the treasurer nominee. Can you please repeat the question? I could not hear it. I had a technical issue. Thank you.
Valeria, APF Portugal. It would be for you to describe a little bit of your experience regarding financial matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza.
Regarding financial metrics?
Methods.
Methods, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Hamza Hamri, Treasurer nominee. Thank you, Valeria, for the question. So I'm already familiarized with the different financial models, income statements, balance sheets, and some accounting. I already had an experience with dealing with an external professional accountant for some businesses that I've been involved with. So I can assure that I already had an experience with the finances, with the metrics, and when it comes to financial modeling, that's certainly I'm certainly not the best at it. I'm not an accountant, but I have what it takes to perform the duties for the treasurer position with the current accounts and income and outcome statements. I hope this clarifies the question. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another comment from APF Portugal. The floor is yours.
Valeria, APF Portugal, first of all, thank you for your answer. And regarding the auditing committee, what's your plan to improve communication and transparency, since this year the communication was not the best? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Yes, Hamza Hamri, Treasurer nominee. Thank you, Valeria, for the comment. So I've been aware that with the treasurer position this year, there have been some Sorry, one moment. Sorry for the issue. Sorry. So I'm aware that for the treasurer position, there has been some imperfections in the recent times. So as part of my annual plan with improving the financial efficiency of and performance of IPSF, I'm willing to collaborate with different portfolios, especially the external relations, public health and pharmacy education, in addition to the World Congress reception committees. These are mainly because they have various events. They do have that are dealing with the external partners. So I'm looking to find a way to incentivize and monetize the current events, and this is certainly involves a greater collaboration with cross portfolios. And during this process, we'll find a way to hopefully improve the communication process and make it more transparent and more accessible. I hope this clarifies. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have BPSA UK. The floor is yours.
I'm Shamsa, BPSA UK. So in your application, you mentioned that you would support projects and initiatives to improve the Federation's income. Did you have any specific projects in mind?
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Hamza, Treasurer nominee. Thank you, Shamsa, for the question. So during the past year, as I was involved with the external portfolio, I was the one who co-initiated, along with the chairperson of external relations, the IPSF Career Fair and Exhibition. And before that, I made a project proposal for IPSF income diversification purposes, which serves as a blueprint to give various propositions on how we can monetize. This includes increased external exposure to hopefully make IPSF more attractive to external sponsors. Now, when it comes to the other portfolios, we have public health who are involved with various public health initiatives. So we can, for example, craft a special proposals for various pharmaceutical companies. So we can have, for example.
Okay, so it's time, Mr. Hamza. It's time, so we have to cut you off. Apologies. We'll proceed with the next new comment, which is with GPSA Elena. The floor is yours.
Edward GPSA Ghana. First of all, thank you for your nomination. Would like to ask you, so in your application under the plans, you mentioned that you mentioned like something of diversifying IPSF's income streams and establishing new partnerships. So the GPSA would like to know how you intend to do that, and provide us with more details on the income streams you intend to explore, and also potential partners you would like to engage with during your mandates as IPSF Treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza. Please proceed.
Thank you, Hamza, Treasurer nominee. Thank you, Edward, for the question. So one of the things that I suggested back then was to make IPSF more visible through social media, through creating various content. So one way to monetize that is through content marketing. So we can produce various content materials, and we can have, for example, affiliate links to different products and services. Now, the other thing, which is the more straightforward, is through sponsorship and external grants. So especially since it comes under the treasurer portfolio, I'd like to explore various partnerships with external partners for grants, for sponsorships, and this is by attracting them through the events that we conduct and we organize. So the first.
Okay, so time, Mr. Hamza. We have a procedural motion from BPSA UK.
BPSA UK, Shamsa, I'd like to put forward a procedural motion to extend the answer time back to 2 minutes.
Okay, do we have a seconder? Epic Portugal. We open the floor for discussion. We'll be using the chat box for this. So I for new comment, double I for direct. Do we have any new comments? We have Shamsa. BPSA, sorry. Go ahead.
Shamsa, BPSA UK. Yeah, so I think it's really important to extend the time, just because we have less nominations now, and the role of the treasurer, it's really important to kind of go into specifics as to what you want to do during the mandate. So yeah, I think we should give them time to answer the questions thoroughly. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other new comments? I see none, so we close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. All those against? Please remember that in procedural motions, we only vote for or against. So all those against? Okay, motion carried. Okay, we have one against. All those for?
I count 22 votes, but we need 23 to have quorum. But I'll just do another recount. And 22, and then one against, so 23 in total.
Okay, so we'll have to redo the voting because we have 24 voters. So Daniel, I'm sorry, we need another line. Thank you. All those against? Please remember there's no abstentions, so all those against. Okay, now all those for.
$22 again, so I can try and find out who's missing. This might take some time.
I think we just got one more.
Yeah. I think I've just voted.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just pass it. So motion carried. We will now extend the time of this. Sorry. Now we'll extend the time for each answer to be 2 minutes. So we will go back to the speakers list. Next, we have IPSF Austria. The floor is yours.
Alex, IPSF Austria. You applied in the second round as the only person, and the first round had no nominees. What was your motivation to do it now and not like a few months ago?
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, treasurer nominee. Thank you, Alex, for the question. So back in the first round, I had no intention to apply for EXCO mainly due to personal reasons and with the next year's planning. Mainly, I was concerned about the time needed and the projects that I was working on personally, if I wasn't able to accommodate both in a seamless manner. Now, after the second round and after I had some time to reevaluate my options and set up a clear plan for both, I think I believe I'll have the necessary time and skills and the management needed to lead both seamlessly and not have any compromise on both. That's the main reason why I applied in the second round and not the first. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from BPSA UK. The floor is yours.
Shamsa, BPSA UK. So a lot of the duties, thank you for your application, by the way. A lot of the duties of other team members rely on the efficiency and time management of the treasurer. What plans do you have in mind to ensure that there are minimal delays? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours. Mr. Hamza, your mic is muted. Oh, wait, you have a technical? Mr. Hamza, can you state your technical?
Yes, just resolved. Was there any question directed to me? And if it was, can you please repeat it? Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Can you please repeat your question?
Yeah, Shamsa, BPSA UK. So I was just saying that there are a lot of duties that other team members rely on with the treasurer to fulfill and rely on kind of their efficiency and their time management. What plans do you have in mind to ensure that there are kind of minimal delays from your part so that those delays don't kind of go into the responsibilities that other team members have to fulfill?
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hamza, I hope the question is clear. Okay. Mr. Hamza, are
Sorry,
you back?
am I audible to you clearly?
Yes, we can hear you clearly now. You may proceed.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? You're muted. I can't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, I hear you, but it's can't hear you clearly. Just 1 minute, and really sorry for the inconvenience.
Mhm. We have a procedural motion from IPSF Egypt.
Reem Rodi, IPSF Egypt. So procedure motion to close the floor for discussion.
Okay, but we have to take this answer first for the question by BPSA UK, and then we'll go back to your procedural. So, Mr. Hamza, you may answer BPSA UK's question.
Yes, Hamzan, treasurer nominee. The sound was interrupted while Shamsa was proceeding with her question, so I really apologize for asking this again. It's definitely my issue with all these technicals as I'm during this wedding ceremony that happened to occur in this GA time. So if you don't mind, can you please repeat your question for one last time?
Okay, BPSA UK, please repeat the question. Hopefully last time.
Yeah. Shamsa BPSA UK. So there are a lot of duties that other team members kind of rely on the treasurer, on the treasurer's kind of efficiency and time management. What plans do you have in mind to ensure that there are minimal delays from your part so that they kind of don't trickle down into the delays that the team members would have to experience? Basically just asking about like your time management and yeah, thank you.
Okay, so thank you. Mr. Hamza, please answer.
Yes, Hamza Hamri, treasurer nominee. Thank you, Shamsa, for your question. Now, when it comes to time management, I've already dealt with multiple projects in the same time. The recent one that's IPSF related was the launch of IPSF Career Fair and Exhibition from inception to successful execution. So in the span of 6 months, we were able to turn it from an idea into a fulfilling project, both financially for IPSF, partnership and sponsorship wise, and also in terms of member engagement. Now, this was something that we launched from the ground up, from scratch, that we didn't have any blueprint or an idea how to start it. Now, when it comes to the treasurer, in order to make sure I manage time efficiently, I'll make sure to set up the tone for before the mandates since the first month, if I get elected, through the handover process, by making sure I'm aware of all the task, duties, nuts and bolts of the position, and setting the plan for the year ahead, both personally and IPSF wise, so that this way I can manage time efficiently, have some buffer periods, but also have a clear vision on what's ahead, so that I can plan it accordingly. And also will be engaging with other team members in the treasurer portfolio and various portfolios, so we can have effective task delegation and time management. I hope this clarifies. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will now be taking the procedural motion by IPSF Egypt to close the floor for discussion. Do we have a seconder? Do we have a seconder for a procedural motion to close the floor for discussion? IPSA Lebanon. Thank you. So we will now proceed to voting on this procedural motion. All those against?
I counted 19.
Okay. All those for?
Three. So total 24. Total 23. 5. So, sorry, Lebanon's voted twice.
Wait, they didn't vote for the against. They didn't vote for the against, they just seconded. So yes, this is correct. So unfortunately, motion is not carried. Since the against was above simple majority. So we will take the next question. LPSA Lebanon, the floor is yours.
Okay, Zainab Burji, IPSF contact person of IPSA Lebanon. So my question is, what software or tools are you proficient in for financial management and reporting, and how could you use them in this role? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza. The floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer nominee. So for the financial software, the one I've been using for my own business was the Pendle. It's provided by pendle.co.uk. It serves to manage all the financials transactions and also import and export financial transactions with external suppliers. Now, certainly there are a lot of options when it comes to financial software, ranging from NetSuite to other things. Now, there is also a cost that's attached to each software. So when it comes to IPSF, I'll certainly need to first, if I get elected, to first evaluate the current situation, any budget we have, but also the most appropriate and best fit for us, both financially and also to perform all the operations in a seamless manner. With that said, after the need is identified, I'll look into the various options we have. And when it comes to software, I'm proficient with numerous software ranging from graphic design to formulation developments like Minitab or Design Expert to Adobe to others for embedded software development. So I don't have any issue with dealing with any software, and I can adapt and learn quickly. I hope this clarifies. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Oscar Romania. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor. Alex Faster, Romania. So taking into account that the treasurer needs to be legally registered at the Netherlands Chamber of Commerce, do you have any difficulties traveling to Netherlands, specifically related to visa? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza. The floor is yours.
Sorry, I had an incoming call, so I couldn't hear.
Okay, he's asking about visa. Do you have any visa issues traveling to the Netherlands? Because you have to be registered in the bank account of the Netherlands. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours. Is the question clear?
Yes, so Hamza, Treasurer nominee. So when it comes to visa, certainly I'm obliged to apply for the visa. Now when it comes to the documentation, I can provide all the necessary documentation.
Okay.
and hopefully the visa now, when it comes to whether or not it gets approved, that's something out of my control, and it's the embassy's own discretion. Now, if we can have some letter of invitations or something, that will make the process more seamless. But from my end, I can provide all the necessary documents to apply for the visa. But when it comes to the decision, that's certainly something out of my control. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. Next, we have IPSA Lebanon. The floor is yours.
Zainab Bouji, IPSF contact person for IPSA Lebanon. So my question is regarding the countries that are facing economic crisis, for example, Lebanon. They have also difficulties in transferring money through bank accounts. So do you have any alternatives for this? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee. So I'm aware that the various financial systems in various geographies and countries and continents aren't as developed as the European or North American. So considering that we are a global organization with members from across the world with various needs, various challenges, and we are striving to make an inclusive and an inclusive environment for everybody. I'll be certainly listening to all the needs that various member organizations have, any challenges they have when it comes to transferring money, and we can have some solutions. Like, for example, if there is an NEMO member coming to another country where he can, for example, transfer money in cash, or meets another IPSF member who's traveling to Europe, so he can deposit money. We can certainly find a way for any challenge, and this shouldn't be this shouldn't be a big deal of concern, as long as the member organization from those countries are willing to collaborate. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. We have a direct from PSA Taiwan. Floor is yours.
Hi, this is Co-Chair Hao Chen-Li, observer from PSA Taiwan. Thank you for the floor. So as you mentioned about asking members to deliver the membership fee to IPSF, I think that is a dangerous way of doing it, because if there are a lot of people involved in getting the money, I think that would be a lot of procedures to go through. So I would like to ask you, do you consider using other electronic platforms like PayPal or other ways to transfer the membership fee? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza.
Hamza, Treasurer Nominee. Thank you for pointing this out. So I'm aware that various options come with their own set of compromises. Now, this is something that certainly needs a discussion with the NEMO to understand the specific needs to each one. Each MO doesn't have the same situation as the other, so we can have a discussion on how they can deposit their money, the options available, and we'll assess those against the risks involved. So this is, when dealing with cash and transferring to people, this is for sure something that can come with its own set of unpredictabilities. So we'll try to minimize that. This is just one of the examples I cited as just for the sake of demonstration, but this is certainly something to be assessed on a case-by-case basis, and we'll make sure that both the MO's interest and IPSF's are met without compromise to any financial or situation along the way. I hope this clarifies your question.
Thank you. Can I have the speakers list? Next, we have IPSA Iran. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor. During and Iran. So I wanted to ask that, do you have any special criteria or plans regarding the grants, especially the ones who are delayed, for example, for 2 mandates? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee, thank you for your question. This is certainly something that I need to discuss with my predecessors at IPSF to understand the current situation, why there has been any delays, and hopefully establish the potential solutions to make sure the process is more streamlined in the future and no avoidable delays occur. This is something that needs further discussions. I hope this clarifies.
Thank you. Next, we have PSA Taiwan. The floor is yours.
Sorry, I dropped the question.
Thank you. Next, we have GPSA Elena. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Edward GPSA Ghana. So would like to ask the candidate that relating his involvement in the Development Fund Committee and then the Auditing Committee, and relating like all those involvements into the ad hoc committee of the strategic plan for the 2023-2026 mandate. We'd like to ask if he made any specific contributions in the drafting of the strategic plan that aligns with his vision as the IPSF treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, please proceed.
Sorry, may I ask for clarification regarding the last part of your question? I couldn't hear it well.
Okay, GPSA Elena, can you please repeat your question?
Edward GPSA Ghana. So in your application, we realized that you have involvement in the Development Fund Committee and then the Auditing Committee of IPSF. So relating your involvement there to your participation in the ad hoc committee of the strategic plan for the 2023-2026 mandate, we'd like to know if you made any specific contribution in the drafting of the strategic plan for the 2023-2026 mandates that aligns with your vision as IPSF treasurer. Hope that's clear.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza. I hope this was clear. You may proceed.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee. So regarding, just to correct, I wasn't involved with the Auditing Committee, only the Strategic Plan Ad Hoc Committee. Now, when it comes to contributions regarding the treasurer position, that wasn't something that I was involved with, especially since during this year I was part of only the External Relations Committee, and I believe the process of the strategic plan, I wasn't very active in when it comes to the treasurer part. So the treasurer contributions are something that I haven't contributed to during the drafting of this strategic plan. I hope this clarifies.
Thank you. Next, we have IPSF Egypt. The floor is yours. IPSF Egypt, the floor is yours. Okay. Thank you. Next, we have Apex Portugal. The floor is yours.
Drop.
Next, we have FJCPPHA Philippines. Observer.
Okay, Paul Daryl Meneses, Observer, from FGCPPHA, the Philippines. So thank you, Hamza, for your application. Now, my question is, IPSF encourages member involvement in all levels. So now, as a potential IPSF treasurer, how would you engage and collaborate with members who may not have a financial background to contribute their insights or assist in the financial task within the Federation? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee. Thank you, Paul, for this thoughtful question. So, as part of my plan for this position, as I'm willing to make IPSF more financially performant and efficient, certainly I will have some suggestions, some contributions, but this is certainly something that needs as much diverse insight as possible. So one way we can engage with members who can have an added value to the goals that are in line with my plan. Maybe, for example, we can set up meetings with people who express their interest in contributing. They'll have also the email of the treasurer available at any time to make any suggestions. And this is something that I'll encourage, regardless of their financial background. I believe a diverse insight is crucial to coming up with solutions that are both performance, but also practical, given the background of the various members of IPSF. I hope this clarifies.
Thank you. Next, we have BPSA UK. The floor is yours.
Patrick Carr, BPSA UK. Thank you for your application. My question will be, part of the role of the IPSF Treasurer is to visit the bank in the Netherlands, where IPSF has their bank account for validation requirements and other requirements too, often at unexpected occasions. If you face difficulties with requiring a visa or entering the Netherlands for whatever reason, how do you overcome those problems and actually gain entry into the Netherlands, or overcome the issues that may arise with the bank account as seen this year? Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, please answer your question.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee. Thank you, Patrick, for this question. So, as you are all aware, the visa process can be quite unpredictable, and this is for sure something that I'm not sure how it will pan out. Now, when it comes to issues, each issue has its own specificities. So we can, for example, we can have a discussion with other IPSF Secretariat members to come up with a different solution we can have. Maybe if in the case my visa wasn't approved, if and only if it's possible for maybe other IPSF Secretariat member or a next executive committee member who is nearby Netherlands or visiting Netherlands for the executive meetings to present himself to the bank and give them the context and the situation that we're coming with, that the treasurer in that specific case couldn't have the visa, and as given it's he's also, or he or she or them are a member of the X code, maybe we can find an arrangement with the bank. Again, this is certainly something that can only arise in the case of my visa if it wouldn't get approved. And in such a case, we'll need to have a situational analysis and come up with solutions that are specific and practical to that situation. I hope this clarifies.
Thank you. We have a direct from BPSA UK. The floor is yours.
Patrick Carr, BPSA UK. Thank you for your response. I appreciate that it is very difficult to overcome the obstacles that might face without not knowing what's going to happen. However, with the bank account in the Netherlands, if elected as treasurer, your name will be on that bank account for the next 2 years going forward in the mandate. So therefore, I believe with many bank accounts across Europe and across the world, you'd be the only person that will be allowed to approach the bank on the behalf of IPSF, as you are the only named person on the account. So could you just kind of provide a bit more clarification, a bit more understanding around this, because this was one of the issues that we faced this year throughout the mandate. And I think MOs kind of need to understand what would happen again if this situation did arise. Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Hamza, the floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee. Thank you, Patrick, for the follow-up. So as the majority of you are aware now, we're in the digital age where money we're dealing with cashless transactions. So the majority of you don't even hold the cash in paper. So for the banks now, they are well developed to have mobile applications, websites, secured access, and also secured communication with their support agent. I can tell from my own experience that I do have offshore bank accounts, one in the UK and one in another European countries that I'm operating from Algeria without the necessity of my travel to the UK or the other European country. So with the digital tools and the processes in place, there's certainly ING is a well-respected and developed bank that I think has some streamlined processes to accommodate the needs of the 21st century. And if that's not the case, they'll certainly have streamlined communication through their support agents, and we can always come up to a solution that solves the challenges of both their clients and IPSF. So certainly there is always a solution for any challenge, and we can overcome it thanks to the digital tools. I hope this clarifies.
Thank you. We have another direct from BPSA UK. The floor is yours.
Patrick Kerr, BPSA UK. Just to confirm as well, this is just one direct. It's showing up as two directs on the screen. Just in relation to your response, Hamza, I think everyone is fully aware of the great technical services that every bank provides throughout the world, that you can access it online, that you can access it through apps. However, this isn't really answering my question. Most bank accounts across the world require you to actually validate your bank account, particularly when you're changing the name of the person on the bank account, which will be yourself taking over for the next 2 mandates. So this would require an actual in-person visit in the branch. So this wouldn't really be able to be done virtually through other means or through the app. So my question was, how would you overcome this, given the fact that you will be the treasurer, you will be the named person on the bank account, hopefully, if elected as president or treasurer, sorry. How would you overcome this, given the fact that the virtual setting won't really help?
Thank
Thanks.
you, Mr. Well, the floor is yours.
Hamza Hamri, Treasurer Nominee. Thank you, Patrick, for the follow-up. So, as you mentioned, maybe most of the banks don't have online tools, but that doesn't necessarily mean that most applies to the bank that IPSF is dealing with. Now, when it comes to the other banks that have secured processes for the verification, as you mentioned, there will be a name change in the registers. The ones that I dealt with, such as Wise, for example, or other banks, they do have secured identity verification, online identity verification process, where, for example, you can give the passport ID and hold it against your face so that they make sure you're the real person holding the real passport. This is one of the tools they are using. And again, this is only a challenge if and only if my visa doesn't get approved. So unless that's not the case, we wouldn't be facing any of these issues. But in case that happens, these are some of the options that just slept on my mind that I'm thinking of right now. And doesn't mean these are the only options that are available. And certainly we find a way to accommodate each challenge we face. I hope this clarifies.
Thank you. Can I get this? We have a point of information from Motions Committee.
Look, Motions Committee, actually maybe also as a past treasurer, I can just give some information about this registration process at bank that IPSF uses. Usually, actually, we are required to register more than one person at the bank, because also at KVK, we need to have at least 2 people registered, and we need like 2 signatures for everything. So at least 2 people who are registered at KVK, which is usually the secretariat, president, secretary, and treasurer, are also registered at the bank. So previous practice is that in past few years, only treasurer had access to the online banking. but it is also possible to give it to more than one person who is registered both at KVK and the bank. And also our bank requires the person who is to be registered at the bank to come there in person at least once for the registration, and afterwards everything can be done remotely.
Thank you. We have another point of information. Victor?
Thank you for the floor, sorry. So an IPSF section. And thank you to Luca for your valuable point of information. Just adding on to that and trying to align with what I believe Patrick's intention is with the question. I still believe that it is quite important that the treasurer is easily accessible to the bank. Although we can have multiple people registered, the treasurer will be the person in charge of our finances for the next 2 years. And as all the CPs would know and have felt the impact of the treasurer not having easy access to the bank or having to visit can also hinder many operations within the federation, not just within the executive committee, but in various portfolios. So I believe that's sort of what the question was intended at. And yeah, I just wanted to give that point of information from the point of view of the IPSF Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a procedural motion from IPF Portugal. The floor is yours.
Well, at IPF Portugal, we would like to raise a procedural motion to close the floor for discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Seconded by FJCPH in Philippines. Anyway, do we have anyone against? I see none. So we close the motion carried unanimously and we proceed to the closed discussion. Can we please have Hamza in a breakout room? And please stop recording, stop the live stream, and everyone please have your cameras on.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
24 voters, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I see simple majority.
And Claire, thanks for sorting that out. Okay, closing the rooms. And Fadi, please let us know when the live stream is back on.
So, and the number of voters is 28 on the screen, but should be 24.
Oh, yes, we haven't updated that.
Live stream is back on again.
Thank you.
The recording is back on. Do we have the nominee back into the room?
We're just waiting. Yes, nominees there, and everybody else should be here.
Okay, thank you. Can I recording with
Okay, announcing the results on the parliamentary system.
So we have Hamza 9, reopen 15. So the elections of treasurer have been opened. Thank you so much for the attendance. And now we'll be moving on to the next agenda point. This is the 69th IPSF General Assembly mandates the IPSF Treasurer 2021-23 to submit the annual report for 2022-23 by 30th September 2023. This report shall be adopted through voting by correspondence by 31st of October 2023. So, do we have it's proposed by executive. So, Expo, would you like to provide a motivation?
Thank you for the floor, Sue and IPSF SecGen. So, as explained previously, our treasurer has been under some difficult circumstances with his health, which didn't allow him to be in the capacity to complete these reports. So, we are suggesting for them to be delayed and to be voted in by correspondence. And there are clear deadlines that are set in the motion so that we can ensure those reports are in.
Thank you. We'll now be opening the floor for discussion. Do we have any new comments? Any new comments? Going once, going twice. I see no new comments, so we close the floor for discussion and we proceed to voting. We will be voting in the chat box. So all those against? All those abstaining? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. Next agenda point, please. Motion number 6. Wait, what? Motion number 64. Proposed by executives, this is the 69th IPSF General Assembly accept and adopt the report from the following motion accepted by the 68th IPSF General Assembly. The 68th IPSF General Assembly mandates that a website working group be created. This motion shall achieve the following: an IPSF working group be created by the chairperson of Media and Publications to address the concern of the IPSF website. The chairperson of Media and Publications shall preside over all working group proceedings. The working group shall consist of all RMPOs, or the RMPO can select a representative from their RMPO subcommittee, the chairperson of Media and Publications, and the Information Technology Manager. The working group shall last 1 year and accomplish the following goals: A, evaluate the proper course of action regarding the current website issues. B, recommend a course of action to the chairperson of Media and Publications. C, create a plan to prevent future website issues from occurring. D, if a course of action cannot be acted upon within the 1 year term, the committee shall present the possible courses of action to the 69th General Assembly. This motion shall be issued immediately and shall be reviewed by the 69th IPSF. So this is basically an update. I think the Secretary General has already shared the updated document with everyone. Do we have anyone to present the motivation? Do we have the IT manager? Okay, IPSF Sec Gen.
Thanks for the floor, IPSF Sec Gen Suin. So yes, the IT manager is scheduled to be joining us to present the report. I think there's just some delays. Ray is also just joining the room to give a motivation as well. So we'll just give her a second to join.
Okay.
Once she's connected, you can pass the floor to her.
I think she's just joined.
Okay, so wait. Do we have the IT manager in the room?
I mean, Rayanne's just joined, but IT manager I can't see. Nope.
Okay, so I don't think
just joining us, so we can give them. They just need a few minutes. We've opened this motion, so we can't do another motion and come back, right? Or can we do that? Sana will be joining us soon. I think Ray is happy to present the report, start presenting the report, and then Sana will be there to answer additional questions if need be. So Yasmin, feel free to give Ray the floor.
Thank you. So IPSF President, the floor is yours. I am.
Okay, sorry, yeah. First, I apologize for multitasking also with another meeting with FIP. I apologize for not having the IT manager here. I believe he's trying to connect. Thank you, Sween, for following up. I can go on give the General Assembly some background on the report and what has been done this year. So basically, the website has been not functional for the past 2 years, and the GA has put a motion forward in order to have a task force, which happened and was led by Nazim and the IT manager. It had in it all their MPOs, and they have been trying to figure out all the bugs that our website had. I can give some technical clarifications since I was leading the communication with CP5. Well, what happened is that the main bug that we were able to detect was the hacks were coming from the regional websites. So all the regional websites were put down in order to focus on the main IPSF website. And we have tried to address many technical issues there. Currently, the current status of the website is it is more or less functional. We are able to, it does not have any hacks or like hackers are not there or not able to hack us again through the website. So the security issues were addressed. However, we still have a simple problem with the team being able to update the information. If you go check the website, you will see that it has an old information in it. So the next step would be for the media team in collaboration with the executive committee is to prepare materials and content and update the website, which is specified in the plan that Nazim has put forward with the motion with the task force that he was leading. Other than that, yeah, I think that's more or less it. We're not opting for a new host for the website, and we will. The original plan is to focus on the global website and try to have subdomains for the regions in it instead of having separate websites to each region. And that was the source of the bug to begin with. Yeah, I hope that was clear, and I'm available for any questions. And I hope the IT manager is here as well to support.
Yeah, thank you. The IT manager just joined. So would you like to say anything? Mr. Sano or Mr. Can you hear us? Okay, so we'll open the floor for discussion, and if they have a point, they can just raise a comment, and we will give them the floor to state whatever they need. So we'll just open the floor for discussion.
Okay, sorry, can you repeat because I didn't catch you well?
Who was talking right now? Can you introduce yourself? Who talked right now? Like, what was the question? Oh, okay.
So I was requesting that you come again with the question because I didn't catch you where I was just joining and trying to unmute my mic. But you can repeat the question so that I can get you very well.
Would you like to present the motivation on this update?
Okay. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Sure. So can you make him co-host? Stop share.
Co-host.
Okay, so you're now co-host. You can share your screen.
Okay. Now I can. Okay, you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, thank you. My name is Sam Samuel, and I'm here to present. Sorry?
Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, my name is Sam Samuel. I am the outgoing IT manager of the IPSF. And here I'm going to present about the website rehabilitation plan. I was able to do this rehabilitation plan together with my chairperson of media and publications. So I'm going to talk about in deep, but we have to pass through the report as submitted to the GA. So firstly, the first thing we have to analyze is the context. How was the IPSF website and the IPSF internet structured during the year and before we came? We tried to go deep by deep to see all the issues the IPSF website was encountering, to get some background information on how those issues are started. And here we're just to see about also planning or drafting the plan, how we can address all those issues to make sure that they are just solved and the IPSF's website is back online and safe. So from the context, we know that the IPSF website plays a critical role in facilitating the communication, knowledge sharing, also in the collaboration among former students. Because whoever says about the IPSF, for any member across the globe, the first thing he does or she does is just checking its online visibility. Where is the website? During our mandate, we had a lot of issues with the website. You know, we had also like 1 month the website down. It has once someone tried to access the website, it was redirected to another Chinese. So we had those issues with the SAP database. We have a lot of issues with the security of our emails.
Cristiano, I'm sorry that I just want to clarify something. Is that your motivation is 3 minutes and you only have 2 minutes left? So I'm just keeping you aware of the time. Just thank you.
Okay.
Make it.
Okay, thank you. So I think what we were able to draft was the methods on how we can address those issues. The first thing we had was the user research. So contacting the other users, the members of the IPSF, to know what they expect from the website, what they expect from how it was performing. So the first method was the user research, as you see here. That will be done with the surveys, interviews, and to know where the IPSF website stands. The second one is the information architecture, where we'll be reviewing and refining the website information to ensure again that we can resecure or we can have the user experience achieved with the website rehabilitation. And also, as you know, most of our website, starting from the main website and the regional office's website, was developed using the CMS, either the Joomla or the WordPress. And also another thing we have been drafting is the CMS evaluation and upgrade, making sure that the CMS we are using is of the latest version. Another thing, method that goes with the habilitation is the visual design, making sure that our website stays creatively stunning and also appealing. So once the user tries to access the website, you find it appealing and also good at looking at. We also drafted about the testing and the quality assurance, because as we are just working on improving the user experience, we need also to make sure that the website that is being rehabilitated or the new website version that we are having is of high quality, that we go with the testing, ensuring its quality, and also to make sure that the plan is sustainable. We just propose that we have ongoing maintenance and updates to make sure that we have ongoing maintenance to make sure that the version of the CMS we are using are updated on time, to make sure that the maintenance that goes with the security issues are being addressed on time also. But also
Sama,
getting the security. Sorry?
I apologize for you, but you clearly stand up for your motivation. So can you please stop sharing your screen, because we need to get the parliamentary system back on.
Which screen?
You're sharing screen, so please stop sharing your screen.
Okay, thank you. So the next was the security compliance, because we need also to make sure that
Mr.
as
Sano,
we build a
can
new
stop
website.
sharing your screen so I can share mine, because we need to open the floor for discussion. Your 3-minute motivation are up.
There should be a red button that says stop sharing. Can you press that button, please?
No problem.
But I think we can share Yasmin. Sorry to interrupt. But
I'm trying. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. We will now open the floor for discussion. So we have Efsa Iran. Floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Dorian Efsa Iran. So I just wanted to say that I believe that one of the most important functions of the website is regarding the SEP. So does the working group has any plans regarding collecting the ideas and problems from the SEO? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sano, just please keep in mind that you have 2 minutes to answer each question. And now you may proceed. The floor is yours.
So, okay, thank you. Regarding the SEP database, it all goes with the structure of the website. So during this rehabilitation plan, I was planning also to make sure that we just rehabilitate the SEP database, because the SEP database has been encountering a lot of issues, but also with the rehabilitation plan, we are planning to update the CMS, the SEP database we're using, and by updating all those CMS and updating the security compliance that are being applied on our infrastructure, we can show that the SEP database also is back and is not encountering other issues as been facing in the previous time.
Thank you so much. Next, we have IPSF UK, the floor is yours. Yeah, thank you so much. Do we have any other new comments? We will now close the floor for discussion and we will proceed to voting. All those against? All those abstaining? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. Do we have next point, please?
Yes, we do accept. I think we just lost CAPSI, so we need to wait for them to come back before we proceed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. So we have them in the room, so quorum safe.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Farah. The best.
Thank you. Next, we have motion number 65, proposed by executives. This is 69th IPSF General Assembly mandates the Executive Committee 2023-24 to provide the Auditing Committee 2022-23 with all the documents and information required to finalize the Auditing Committee 2022-23 report, ensure the finalization of the Auditing Committee 2022-23 report, finalize the financial report 2022-23, finalize the advised budget 2023 and budget 2024. These documents shall be adopted through voting by correspondence by December 31st, 2023. Do we have motivation from EXCO? We have.
Yes, sorry, my internet connection is not the best. So, as you probably know, we have been working closely with Kishan the past period till up to the 1st of September, where he was hospitalized again. And due to his health issue, we're not able to finalize the reports in question, and we are hoping to be able to do so as soon as his health allows. So, this motion, in order for us to be able to close the GA, however, also to ensure that the reports are submitted and voted upon, because we cannot have the next year budget if we don't finalize all the financial report for this mandate. So yeah, I hope this was clear, and we are available here for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we open the floor for discussion. Do we have any comments? Any new comments? Going once, going twice. And so closing the floor for discussion, and we'll proceed to voting. All those against? All those abstaining? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. Next motion, please. Motion number 44, proposed by Executive. This is 69th IPSF General Assembly, sets the annual basic membership fee at 27 euros. Do we have motivation from Exco? Okay, so IPSF Section.
Thank you for the floor, IPSF Section Suin. So usually the membership fee is kept consistent every year. It was also 27 euros back in Egypt, I believe, unless there are any other concerns or debates. Thank you.
Thank you. We open the floor for discussion. Do we have any comments? Any comments? Okay. Going once, going twice. So for closing the floor for discussion and proceeding to voting, all those against? All those abstaining? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. Next motion, please. We have a procedural motion from IPSF Section.
Thank you for the floor, IPSF Section Suin. The Executive Committee would like to raise a procedural motion to reconsider motion number 41, which was the appointment of the advisory board.
Okay. Thank you so much. IPSF Exco do not need a seconder. So we open the floor for discussion. Please use the chat box for I or double I, whatever. Do we have any new comments on reconsidering the advisory board motion? Okay, so we have a point of information from Section, and then we'll take the next point.
Thank you for the floor, IPSF Section Suin. So the motivation behind this procedural motion is because one of the proposed members is not able to carry out the duties of the advisory board in the next mandate due to their other commitments, such as work. So we want to reconsider the motion and propose an amendment to change a member of the advisory board. with their consent. So it's not us changing it, but it's prompted by the person who was appointed as advisory board. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a new comment from BPSA UK. The floor is yours. It's stopped. Thank you so much. Do we have any other new comments? Okay, I see none. So we proceed. We close the floor for discussion and we proceed to voting. All those against? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. So can we have the motion? Okay, so the original motion reads, motion number 41 proposed by executives is the 68th IPSF General, 69th IPSF General Assembly appoints Ms. Amira Ryan Abdelhadi, Spokes Algeria, Mr. Luka Tumasic, Alumni Croatia, Ms. Guaraniu, HLM Thailand, Mr. Musa Fofana, AEP Mali, and Ms. Sofia Tirkoviska, Alumni Canada, as members of the advisory board for the 2023-24 mandate. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. So we have an amendment from EXCO on this. We have a procedural motion from IPSF EXCO.
IPSF sections, and sorry, amendments are through comments, right? Not procedural motion.
Yeah, well, basically, because you're the proposer, so you can just amend it directly. You don't have to have a comment.
Okay. We would like to, the IPSF Executive Committee would like to propose an amendment to change the wording of the motion as the following. So the 68th IPSF General Assembly appoints Ms. Amira Ryan Abdelhadi, Skopje, Algeria, Mr. Luka Tomasic, Alumni Croatia, Ms. Varanu Lengwiri Yaku, Honorary Life Member Thailand, Mr. Musa Fofana, AEP Mali, and Mr. Lucas Ercolin, Brazil, Honorary Life Member, as members of the advisory board for the 2023 to 2024 mandate. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. I'll just put the new wording here for easier viewing. So we're basically replacing Ms. Sophia for Mr. Lucas, who is an honorary life member from Brazil. I believe he might be in attendance at the moment. No, he was in session 1. He's the one who fixed the parliamentary system and also made the parliamentary system to start with. Yes, so that's our amendment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can you please amend the motion on the screen? Okay, thank you. So the new motion reads, motion number 41, proposed by executives with the 69th IPSF General Assembly appoints Ms. Amira Abdelhadi, Algeria, Mr. Lucas Alumni Croatia, Ms. Guaraniu Lingwiri, I'm so sorry for that, HLM Thailand, and Mr. Musa Fofana, AEP Mali, Mr. Lucas Ercolin, HLM Brazil, as members of the advisory board for the 2023-24 mandate. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. So I open the floor for discussion. open the floor for discussion. Any comments? Do we have any comments? Going once, going twice. Closing the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. All those against? All those abstaining? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. Next motion, please. Any other businesses? Any other businesses?
Exco, please remind me if I forgot a motion before we close the GA. From my knowledge, this is all.
I can't believe I get to celebrate retirement and my birthday. IPSF duty free. Okay, so moving on to the last motion. Hey, wait, what? Oh, okay. You scared me there. Motion number 65 proposed. I think this is motion number 66 proposed by executive. Closing of the 69th IPSF General. Yay! GA is finally over. I cannot believe we've reached this moment. I can go die and grow older a year in peace. Thank you so much, everyone, for being. Oh my gosh, we actually finished exactly on time. So thank you, everyone, for being so efficient with time in these two sessions. And best of luck, everyone, in your next year's on mandates. And yeah, hopefully you guys finish with the by correspondence and out of my jurisdiction. So best of luck, everyone. And I will be giving the floor last time to Jen for roll call.
Thank you for the floor. Do we need to vote on this motion, guys? Or is this motion? Need to vote on this?
In our RA, we voted on this.
Sorry, you voted on it?
In our regional assembly.
All right, let's vote on it one last time.
Okay, we'll just vote on it one last time, I guess. Okay, so all those against closing the General Assembly? Like, all those against? Is anyone against? Wait, what? You're against? Okay, is IPSF Egypt against closing the 69th General Assembly? Wait, what? Okay, can we redo the voting? Like, Daniel, can you have your line back on? Because I think this was. Okay, all those against closing the 69th IPSF General Assembly? All those abstaining? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you so much. Officially closed. Suin, the floor is yours.
Congrats, everyone. It's been a really long journey getting here, but I'm very thankful for everybody for sitting through a very long GA. And I just want to take this moment actually to thank all of my Constitutional Working Committee and Yasmin and all of our GA assistants, especially Daniel, who's here too, all of my executive committee meeting, all of my executive committee and motions committee as well. So Sebastian, who's not here, but Matthew, Luca, who's also come to help, and I would also like to thank especially Khadija, who helped to set up the online voting platform for the online GA. Thank you so much. Who am I forgetting? Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, so thank you everybody so much. And hi, Maximus. Ending the GA on a positive note. Yeah, so thank you so much. It was my first GA as SecGen, and I'm so happy that I got to share the experience with all of you. And I say I'm sick of it, but I feel like I'm gonna miss the adrenaline of it. But I'll see you again next year, hopefully. And to those of you who joined us for the online GA, but weren't able to join us for Bali, I really hope that you can come and share the experience at our in-person World Congress next mandate too. Yes, until next mandate, Valeria, we'll miss you being the first person to ask questions all the time. I think Ray has her hand up, so I'll give her the floor.
Thank you so much, Suin. I just wanted to thank everybody once again, and thank you especially for organizing the GA. I think this GA was one of the most organized GAs in IPSF that I've attended. So thank you so much for the great work you and your team has put together to make this happen. And I would like to thank all the executive committee for the support, and of course for the official delegates without whom we could not have an efficient and very productive GA. So yeah, thank you very much for that. I just want to shout out to HLMs as well and AB members who were supportive, Usama, Lucas, Petra, who were there through all the process, providing inputs, helping us with their opinions on how to do different stuff whenever we consult them. Thank you for always being available for IPSF, even if you're not holding active positions. I also want to tell everybody that IPSF is starting another mandate where IPSF team call did not close yet. So please check that out, see if you're interested in any position, and please apply. It will develop your skills. It will help you become a better person, but also will contribute to IPSF success. So we're really counting on you to apply and to serve within the team. It will be a very memorable experience, if I may say. So I'm retiring. I'm done. So I will be AB next year, but no matter how much I complained this Monday of how tired I was and how hectic the work was, I feel very satisfied with the mandate, and every one of you has been part of it. And thank you very much for the support, for the great journey, and wishing IPSF another year, another successful year, and wish.
Yeah, I think we're facing a technical fail.
Ending the GA on the technical.
But we should be ending it on a roll call.
All right. We'll get back to Ray when she comes back. We'll do a roll call to finish off and also take a group picture before we finish. And you're all free to go. I mean, it's 2:40 a.m. where I am, so I kind of want to